What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Collective Entertainment. If you haven't grabbed the subscribe button for this channel by now, I'd love if you grab it right now. Like, literally right now. Just do it. Okay, cool. On today's episode, I had Gladiator Kota on, and we talked on the phone, just discussing his career thus far, deleted music, deleted videos, going forward with his career as far as changing genres, a lot of things. We went everywhere.
I like it so much. We're gonna give him the free repost. Whoa.
And I was really glad to have him on. And honestly, I wanted to play one of his songs before we got into the interview because this was a FaceTime, but my computer fucking dropped the ball. So fuck my computer for now. I love it to death, but it really dropped the ball with the video part. But nonetheless, great interview. But for now, let's play Will You Miss Me by Gladiator Kota. Bam.
Hey, Abel, give me some Skittles, man.
Let's do it.
All right, bet. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Collective Podcast. I'm your host, Evan Simmons, and I have a very fucking special guest with me today. My first introduction to you, your name was not your name right now. It was just, I think it was King Kota at the time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So I got Gladiator Kota rather than King Kota in here. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm awesome, man. Just keeping busy. But I can't even explain. Oh, are you still here? He was doing the rapping thing, and I guess he paired up with you, and I was like, dude, this kid's really, really fucking good. I think I'll get into it, but I was like, yo, he's fucking snapping, and then I saw that you were getting like pretty fucking good numbers at the time.
Yeah, I'm glad someone is here to have gone through that with me, because I've just been going through that whole phase of I witnessed that, I'd seen the progress for myself, but wow, someone is actually here.
Yeah.
That has seen what I've actually been able to do, or at least felt my energy and is faithful enough in me to do this.
Right.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back. So I was going to ask you about the name change. So my introduction, like we were just talking about, was around, you were still in high school. So this is probably early 2018, the summer, or approaching mid 2018, where I see you're rapping with one of my friends, and I'm like, yo, this kid's fucking good. And I support my friends, but there was a different energy I was getting from you.
Wow.
And I think the first song I heard you do was Fucked Up, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Fucked Up or something. And then I watched
Cameron Nazi.
Yeah, that song was crazy. And then I think the next song I listened to was Hellhole, which I have to ask, where is all of that music?
Yeah, no, it's all gone. In the last 3 years have just been a blur for me. I've been doing music for 6 or 5 years, I want to say, since I was really young, 8th grade, 7th grade.
Yeah.
And just the way, I would grow out of my music, and so much has happened within the past 2 years. I've changed so much. I think that was kind of a less mature, less knowledgeable me, to be honest. And
Sure.
When I did listen to those songs later out, it was just I knew I could do better, and it just, you know, I knew I could do better. So it's like, and I'm sure you've seen that with like my latest stuff, you know, 2 years down the road. Like,
Yeah,
it's just like I've always known that about myself. I can like push myself harder and be way fucking better, you know,
sure.
a couple months from now, you know? I
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
sure. So, you bring up like progression cuz definitely I've seen it. Like I've watched you kind of go from not to be not that it's a negative thing, but the quintessential product of SoundCloud rap at that moment, which
Yeah, no,
was
and
like
I agree. Like surprisingly, like yeah,
because I mean I'm a product of it too because at the time in that era like 2016 through like 2018, you know, you're seeing so many like people your age or even fucking younger get on just rapping and some of it's not fucking good, but they have
you know. And
M's.
what's crazy is like I started rapping when I was like 13 or 14,
Okay.
like, and that was around what, seventh, eighth grade. Excuse me.
Mhm.
But like, so my music was like when I first started was I was doing drill music. Like I
Okay.
would listen to Chief Keef and like everything, like Lil Durk, like all the drill music scene shit
Yeah.
when I was like in sixth grade because it all started from like the early ass Chief Keef, and then I learned about Chicago artists, and I was just listening to Chicago like hella hard. Sixth grade, like seventh grade, and I was rocking like pants, polos with white pants and like basketball shoes and shit, trying to
Hell
look like that
yeah.
like old Chief Keef style,
Bro, we were
dead
all there
ass
in
in middle
2011,
school.
bro.
Yeah, in middle school. And
Swear.
like that shit just like it didn't last because like, you know, I'm white.
Yeah.
But like yeah, nah, like I don't know. It was weird. I'm getting off track here. Like
No, you're good, man.
seventh grade when I was 13, that's when I started doing music, and it was like heavily inspired by drill. And then like it kind of turned into like a freestyle like wavy trap scene type
Mm,
vibe when Cardi was coming out and shit. Just
yeah,
because like when I was younger, I was inspired by what I heard, right?
sure.
And I feel like that's how everyone is if you're like very young doing music, because you're not really like, you know, you have to gain knowledge of like your craft if you're really down or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, for
Like
sure.
fucking yeah, nah, like when I started it was just drill, then like everything that was coming out, Cardi, Warhols, that was all like wavy trap.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that I kind of got into the metal trap scene when I heard Cameron Nazi and Zilla. That's when I was like, okay, I want to kind of work with one of them and see if I can like just do what they're doing because I like that. And so I got a feat with Cameron Nazi, and then that really blew up. That got to like 50K within like 8 months, I want to say.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it was kind of crazy to see, like, cause it was like you were on one of those like, wow, this is such a throwback. The No Jumper, listen to your music live chats that they used to do, and like you were getting
yeah,
featured on those, and like you were on like Cuff Boys and shit, and I was just like,
yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
in the hell? Like this kid is like fucking blowing up, and like your numbers like were showing. Like it was like, yeah, this he's good at what he's fucking doing. But what?
Well, like I would say, like, not to cut you off real quick,
No,
but I
you're
would
good. You're good.
like, speaking truthfully, like I paid for them to like view my songs, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
paid for the features. Like no one really fucks with you in the music industry, like dead
Oh,
ass.
yes.
And I
Uh,
have to say this like as the truth, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's not like I just hopped in and they fuck with me. Like
yeah, yeah.
I
You
put
gotta you
myself
gotta
on, and
always
I like
cross
paid for,
barriers.
yeah, I paid for all the promotion and everything for those numbers. And like I didn't even really pay for much too. I just hit the right like lucky chances. Like when I was doing the whole when No Jumper listened to my music, I paid for them to view it, and it was cheap as fuck at the time.
Yeah,
But it was like such a good like spot to hit because they listened to it and we were like, or not we were, they were like, we fuck with it hard and gave me a free repost and shit.
yeah.
And I posted that video and like people fuck with that. But that's just like that was the old me. I don't know, I was being like tempted and like not tempted, but what's the word? Like I was trying to just copy and like fit in with everything around me. But now I'm at the stage where I'm like, I know how to stand out because I've always known how to just be myself, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, kind of like transitioning into what you're doing now, when did you start feeling like, okay, I don't really want to do the music that I'm doing right now, and then you get into like the stuff that you're doing now, which is more, it's more rock, if anything. I think you've explained it as pop punk, which I think
Yeah.
is such a fucking cool subgenre because it's exactly that. When did you feel like you were starting to transition into what you're doing now?
Dude, that's crazy that you asked that. I love these questions. This is like perfect. It's because it's like you know what you need to ask, and it's like I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, man.
Like
I'm
straight up.
tuned. I'm tapped in, man. I'm like this is
Yeah,
my
we need
shit.
people like you that yeah, so when did I start to transition? Like I can't even remember. It's just like always been like a steady transition with me, like progression, you know. Like
Hmm.
every song I try to hit like a harder like vibe and like a timeless vibe.
Yeah.
I guess, you know, something that's just gonna really like empower you for a long time, that I don't
Right.
know.
Right.
Like give you hella energy.
Yeah. You know, it's
It's gonna
funny about you
last.
saying that. I gave my first listen to your new EP, which everybody go check out. Fucking hold on. I mean, everything he's dropped has been amazing. I mean, you've been dropping a lot of projects recently, and I think Hold On has been one of my fucking favorites because you paired up with this producer, which I don't know her. Is it a he or a she?
Abel?
Yeah,
Nah, that's a guy.
it's a guy. Okay.
He's in Azerbaijan. I think Azerbaijan. Bajan. I'm saying this wrong, I think.
So not
Nah, there's
here.
no way. Azerbaijan. He's in this country that's close to Turkey named Azerbaijan, and
Wow.
they're currently in war with Armenia.
No way.
Armenia. Yeah. And their whole country has got their like social media like locked down and shit. So he's been having to make side accounts to contact me and shit, and he's not on his Instagram, but like yeah, he's super chill. Like he can't make money out there from four beats or anything because no one can really send him money and shit. So
Wow, that's
he
insane.
he off he even offered to like, you know, send me bread at times. He's like a really chill ass producer. Like he's really down to like stick with you while you like progress on your shit. Dead ass. Like,
Right.
and I haven't been able to find that with any producer, but like he really like stays with you and he knows what you want
Yeah.
and really like stays down to help you progress and like work with you and be a team.
Yeah.
That's what
And
you need, is like someone who's like gonna be reliable.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
don't
Just
know.
finding your team, people who are on the same, like matching your energy. Cause that,
Exactly.
and dude, it's such a hard thing in anything, just trying to find people who are on the same wavelength as you. Cause you want people who want to work as hard as you, want to make sure that the product is as clean. And honestly, I think you found your guy because these beats are absolutely fucking insane. I mean,
Yeah.
goodness gracious.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
they're so
Yeah.
good. And I was gonna that was my transition because you were talking about energy, and I was my first listen to the EP was me on a jog because I it was this was about a week ago because I was like, dude, I've been wanting to interview him for so long, and he just dropped the project. Oh, thank God! I gotta fucking run to this. And dude, like just absolutely insane. I mean, one of my favorite songs right
Thank you.
now is let me think. Will You Miss Me is my oh my God,
Dude, dead ass. Yeah, that's my favorite song too. It's like
cuz
hella like, I don't know.
it's
It's
just
just
so
like
good.
a
But
hard vibe.
what how I guess how did you end up finding him on the internet, obviously, because he's not even remotely close to here. How did you end up leaking up with him?
Just YouTube,
Okay.
looking at beats and shit, and I just came to him or his page, and I was just like tuning or peeping his beats,
Hmm.
and like, yeah, he had fire shit, and then after that, he just like followed me when I started making more songs with him, and the connection began from there.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. And was that like an instant like, oh my god, this is my guy? Like, have you how many other producers have you ended up working with exclusively? Like you ended up working with him. Do you feel like you've worked with anybody exclusive like this before, or has it just been kind of like scattered?
Like I've worked with tons of like producers on exclusive levels,
And
paid and
you've
not
produced
paid.
your own
Like
stuff, no?
what'd you say?
You've produced your own stuff, no?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not the best at producing, but I know how to put like patterns together and shit. And I would just
Yeah.
do simple melodies and snares, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, simple shit.
Sure.
Synth punk shit.
Yeah, for sure. And so I guess another thing coming off this EP, because I definitely want people to go check it out. There's a lot of, I guess in general beyond this EP too, it's just a lot of dark titles, dark mentions, dark lyrics, a lot of dread, if you will. I
Yeah.
guess I'm asking is like, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm straight. It's just like we live in a toxic world, and I don't know.
You just like
It's
expressing it through your
complex. I
music.
feel like it's self-explanatory through the music.
Mm-hmm.
I let all my emotion out in my music,
Yeah.
and like I'm not like a Debbie Downer, but
No.
I kind of just express how I feel, and I try not to seem like a fucking robot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like what I'm doing is like awesome for my
No,
energy.
it's amazing. And I think this is why, and like, cuz I've been the black kid who just didn't listen to only one genre for like my whole life. I've been that guy. And I think this the SoundCloud era kind of like made everybody like turn to one sound for a while. So if a lot of my friends were making music, they were making a lot of the same music over and over again for years. So I
Yeah,
kind of like got like a sour taste from it and didn't want to listen to anybody's music anymore. So getting to hear somebody do something drastically different from everybody in this area specifically, because no one's making the shit you're making right now. Like
yeah,
that's just point blank. And I just like I was like, this is incredible. And to the point where I was like, why isn't anybody else doing this? Like I don't think I was just talking to myself listening to your new EP for the first time, just going, I don't think I've ever heard this before. So like I guess my question at the end of that is just like, is there any influence going into your music nowadays? Because I personally don't know where you would feed influence from. Like where do you
yeah.
get
It's a
this?
very underground. Like it's not like anything that's out. It's not like I like really get inspired from like one thing. It's really like a pick and choose of like a wide variety of shit.
Okay.
And I'm just like jiggy, but I'm also like emotional and
Yeah.
like hard. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying I'm hard. I'm saying like when I make music, I want it to be hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
But, yeah.
and so like you really can't even like cherry pick anybody who's like made music like this before, because I personally can't.
Um. No, no. Like, if I would say like I would like get inspiration from anyone, I guess I would say like some of the people are like Oddly Shrugs or um Marilyn Manson for fashion
Mm,
and like The Cure and certain people like I don't know makeup and shit. I got inspired from The
yeah.
Cure and shit.
That was another
Like
thing that you started to do. You started changing your image, kind of going into a darker, more theatrical route, which was fucking
yeah,
dope. Like it was no like I dude, I really do I just think you're a fucking superstar. I'm fucking done just like going cutting around the bush. Like I think you like you have something different. Like I don't really like interviewing too many people unless I think that, or I think they
Yeah.
have something to offer. I just can't get over it because like I'm going through your Instagram at the time, which was like I think 2 weeks ago. I'm like, this kid's a star, dude. I can't fucking get over it because I think a lot of people aren't willing to take risk, which your risk is just you being yourself, which
Yeah.
for a lot of people is a big fucking risk in music
Yeah.
because they aren't willing to even put themselves out like that. What did you so in doing that, did you kind of like feel like there was like a little bit of pushback from people who probably previously before just saw this different, totally different person? Because let's be honest, 2 years separated, you're a totally different person. You said it yourself. And then somebody who's like, oh, I remember he was on No Jumper, comes back and sees you now. Do you think there was any pushback, or you think people accepted you? What's the vibe with that?
Wait, you have to repeat this question. I'm still trying to understand.
So,
Like,
like, with you kind of changing your image and changing your music and
yeah.
kind of like just going more the route you wanted to go rather than, like you said, fitting in with the
Oh,
sound.
from like No Jumper days or like.
Sure, yeah. So like did like garnishing however many people listen to the music then, do you think that they're still listening now?
Nah, I think I have a. I don't know. I feel like they do a little bit because like I still feel like the people who supported me back then are around now. I don't
Mhm.
know, but yeah, I feel like I'm growing like new connections and I'm growing my like true like fan base now by just staying on SoundCloud and like having the connections that I have and just like being patient, you know.
Yeah.
I work with like other kids in the underground too, like Kids Next Door,
Okay.
and yeah, like I support like the whole Death Proof community. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, I'm not. You're putting me on.
Yeah, nah, like you should definitely check them out.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, I guess so were have you ever done a live show?
Performance?
Yeah, yeah.
Only once. It was at a club in Atlanta, but it was kind of just like a trap venue.
Okay.
But I kind of went in there and just like did my thing because everyone sounded the same and shit. So, and I waited like all night, so I was kind of like irritated, and I just like went in there and just like killed that shit.
Right. So,
I did like Don't Get Hit. You probably remember that song.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That was the one that got on that No Jumper show, no?
Yeah, it was, I
Yeah.
think.
It's a good song. So with
Yeah.
with live shows being kind of like not even a thing, did you feel like you do you feel like you would like be performing like crazily right now just to like garnish more of a audience right now, or do you feel like okay, I'm good. I can still just release music on my SoundCloud and I'll be fine
Yeah.
doing that.
No, like, yeah, I want to perform, but I'm just waiting for the right time. And, like, still, I feel like my music just gets better, like, just as I work on it. So I'm very confident I don't really have to move, and my connections are strong enough to really just, like, just, like, help me grow on my own instead of having to, like, perform my ass off to,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you can do what you want
Sure.
and grow
Yeah.
equally
Yeah, for sure.
because
And
it's kind of hard to hit the right crowd by yourself. I feel like
yeah. Yeah. So,
um,
and
you have to like jump in a community and like find it. I can't even find it in Atlanta.
yeah, I was gonna say because like that's kind of like the route of anybody who's like really on right now. It's just like opening up for somebody who's in like the general same vicinity as far as like genre or like fan base goes. Where I mean like where would you even like find your niche? Because you kind of separated yourself in such a drastic way.
I'm just hoping like I kind of just like by being myself, grow a community that way. But if I don't, I don't.
I think you will.
But I have
Honestly.
I have really good connections for like the type of music I do,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like just hoping like I can just like do little things with that to really like fill my like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a weird way to explain it. I was gonna say like fulfilled, but I don't want to say that.
No, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
So I guess to wrap up the music, because I do want to like kind of just like pick your brain a little bit more. What do you think's next for you as far as music goes? Like, are you already working on new music now? Like, do you have what do you have planned going forward this year and
Yeah.
next year?
No. I don't know. I've been working on like once again like a new EP. Um, like I don't know. I do EPs like every month. That's all I really care to do because I don't know. I feel like the more you put out, like the more people really like pay attention and see how good your work ethic is. I guess you know.
Yeah.
And I'm very creative, so like new ideas are easy, and I don't know. I try to like hook people in every idea.
Yeah.
Idea,
Yeah.
not ID. Had to,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure. So, getting off music, and we'll get back into it a little bit later, but I kind of just wanted to get more personal with you because truth be told, I don't know you. I only know you through your various Instagram posts and your various or multiple posts on SoundCloud, and that's it. So, what was the upbringing of Coda like? What was growing up in this area like for you?
Shit. Like Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta till I was like 13. I was born and raised in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
Buckhead, Atlanta, and I left when I was like 13. Um, and like I came back. I'm 19 now, but I came back to Atlanta when I was 18, and yeah, like now I'm gone again. I live like kind of just like on the suburbs
Mm-hmm.
of Atlanta now.
Yeah. And was that a drastic change for you when you came over here and left back and came back, or what was it? What was it like for you?
When I came back to Atlanta, it was chill. Just it made me a lot more connections, I guess I could say,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was it. That was all that really happened in Atlanta. In Atlanta, I stayed for like a year. I didn't even really stay long,
Yeah.
but that was it.
And you said you started rapping in middle school,
Yeah, like late middle school.
and so about that start, when did you feel like you transitioned into that like metalcore hip hop stuff? When did you start doing that?
That was probably like late high school. I started getting into like heavy metal, like Slipknot
Uh,
and shit like that, like hard stuff. But like now I listen to more pop music. That's why it's like pop hard vibes. You know what I'm saying?
who are you listening to in pop?
Like Echo and just a bunch of random underground artists. Like I don't
Hmm.
know, they're not really random. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but
No, no, no. I get it.
like I don't know, they're very underground, I'd say. But Yule, Crystal Castles isn't really underground. They're just like kind of like a low key ass, I don't know, group.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I don't know, just like yeah, shit like that.
All right. So was what was that in between you starting there and then like you said the drill stuff, like what was that in between, like what were you picking from influence wise from around then?
Like I said, just like wavy trap shit.
Okay.
Like yeah, but I don't know. It was still unique, and like that around that time, I was doing like stuff that was getting like good views, but I don't know. It was just like simple minded stuff, and like I'm not like that for too long, so I have to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, man. I mean, you've separated yourself. Like I said, I really, I'm your fucking biggest fan now. I can't even fucking front, bro, because like this EP put me on. But I guess like to wrap up, who do you think who's your dream collab at the moment right now? Like, who do you feel like, oh my god, I have to work with this person or that person to fulfill any kind of music needs or wishes, you know?
I don't know. I don't. It's not like I guess I worded that wrong because it's not like I really need to collab it with anyone. I kind of just like working by myself, but um, yeah, like I don't know. I just want to like spread like a ass vibe in the community. I guess I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if that
So,
makes
so
any sense.
no one really is jumping out at you that you want to work with.
Nah, not really. Just like the people I know.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I think that's a good answer. I think that's you because like just working on your own sound is probably best at this point. Because I don't know too many people that would probably do as well on those beats as you have. Because
Yeah.
do you even feel like you're rapping anymore?
Nah, I feel like I'm singing.
Yeah. Which
Just,
have you always been singing? Like, has that always been a thing for you, or did you like
nah,
start that recently?
nah. Like I just started like harmonizing on like fast pop beats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
That's
was about it though. And
yeah.
then like it was very easy though. I just you know it's a vibe. I just go in there and like yeah, it's still like rhyming and shit though.
Yeah, for sure. It's almost like reminiscent of like those like a goth boy click sound that like prime goth boy click sound that they had.
Yeah, I really because I've never listened to them at all. I never really even liked Lil Peep and like that whole movement.
Mm,
Yeah, like I don't know. I never listened to that at all.
really.
And people may refer to that
It's
or
different.
refer.
Don't get me twisted. It's different, but like I think that's the closest thing that as far
No,
as like
yeah,
the
like
singing and rapping
yeah.
mesh.
I feel like people always have to have like a comparison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But fuck it, like yeah. But yeah, yeah. You know.
No, I feel you. All right, man. I think that I mean that's all the questions I've had. I mean, I've just been wanting to get some kind of conversation in with you because I do again just really think you're fucking dope, dude. Like you're just putting out a lot of music. You're putting a lot of good music out cuz that's another thing just
Appreciate it.
like quantity over quality has been a thing on SoundCloud where they'll just push out so much shit and half of it doesn't even sound good, but you're doing the same thing and the quality is still there in every song. So I just digging up you, bro. Like I'm a fucking fan, and I'm really glad that I got to sit down with you today, man.
Yeah, that made my day. Thank you, dude.
For sure, dude.
Appreciate it.
So so you say you're dropping an EP every other month, and you think so like probably like in like the next 2 months we'll see another EP.
Not even probably like another 2 weeks or a week. It's just really random. I just like
Damn, Coda.
I'll make 5 or 6 or 10 songs or some shit, and then I'll just be like, okay, here's 4 hard songs. Let
Wow.
me just like come up with a five title and a five vibe and just
Yeah.
like throw it at you, you know?
So when do you think we'll get a full length project?
Like an album,
Yeah.
like a longer,
Mm-hmm.
like a big play. I don't know. Like I only do albums when I have like a lot of like 5 songs, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm stacked with like a good vibe that's similar to each other,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
10 songs that all have like a good message that like I don't know connect, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So you haven't really felt like you've done that yet.
Not recently, no, but I did drop like 2 albums this year already, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like each 10 songs or more.
All right. All right, man. Well, I guess that's just the fan in me. I want more music and like a cohesive project, but I'll take the fucking EPs, especially if they're just gonna come out the ads like they are,
Yeah.
and they're still fucking fire. But
Yeah.
once
Dead
again,
ass.
thank you for coming on the podcast, man. It's been a fucking pleasure.
Yeah.
All right,
Nah.
bro.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, dude. You're welcome to come on any other time you have some new music out. So when that
Yeah.
when that album comes out, hit me up, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds
Absolutely,
good.
man. All right, well, I'll see you, bro.
All right. I'll see you. Peace.
All right, peace.
Season.